All right, you guys, so we're gonna go ahead and continue on with hanger math. Today we're gonna just work on 2 problems and hope that it helps you guys out with math. As always, take notes on what I'm teaching you, and then you guys will go ahead and complete the independent work, okay? Snap a picture of what you finish and submit it onto our Google Classroom. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at problem 1. This says that this entire hanger equals 24. So we need to know that these 2 sides are added together to get this total number up top. We don't say that this is 24 and this equals 24. We're saying that this is something and this is something, and when you add these together, that equals 24. We also need to remember that each side needs to be balanced. So we know that half of this side equals this answer, and half of this side equals this answer. So when you add them together, it's going to equal total that. So if we do half of 24, what is half of 24? It's 12. So we know that this side is going to be 12, and we know that this side is also going to be 12. Okay? So now that we know that 12 plus 12 equals 24, we can go ahead and solve the problem. This gives it to us. It says heart equals 2, okay? So I'm gonna just go ahead and plug in 2 for these little hearts right here, okay? If I add 2 plus 2, that gives me 4. Well, I need this side to equal 12. If this side does not equal 12, then it's not balanced. So 2 plus 2 is 4. I need to figure out what square equals, so all of these together equal 12. So 2 plus 2 is 4, 12 minus 4 equals 8, okay? So I can go ahead and conclude that square equals 8. And then I can go ahead and plug that in to this problem. So now this is 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 8 is 12. This side is balanced. Now we need to figure out this side. I'm gonna go ahead, we know that square equals 8. So if 8 and Pac-Man added together equal 12, we need to figure out what this little Pac-Man is. So 12 minus 8 is 4. This little Pac-Man equals 4, okay? And that's how you solve it. You just need to remember that this side plus this side equals the top, okay? All right, guys, so problem number 2, just like the first problem that we did, we know that this side needs to, when you add it up, when you add up these 2 sides, it equals this top number, okay? So I can't do 28 plus 28 because then that won't be 28. So these have to be numbers that are added together that equal 28. And because these are balanced, that means that each side is going to equal the same amount. So if we divide 28 by 2, because we have 2 sides, that equals 14. So I know that this side, these shapes, when they're all added together, are going to equal 14. But this side is balanced out with this side, okay? So this side is also going to be 14. And all these brackets mean right here means that these all added up together equal this number, okay? So all of these added up together equal this number, okay? So let's go ahead and take a look. This side, it tells us square equals 1. We have 2 circles, so that means that these 2 numbers, circles or x's, have to be the same. These are not 2 different shapes, so these have to be the same. We have 2 right here, and we know that this side has to be 14. So if I take 2 away from 14, I end up with 12. Well, what can we know that we have 2 shapes right here, 2 circles or 2 x's, and we know that these 2 added together have to equal 12, something 12, right? So if I do 4 plus 4, that equals 8. That does not match up to 12. So the only thing I can do is 6. X or circle, however you want to write it, equals 6, okay? So now I have 6 plus 6 equals 12, plus 1 is 13, plus 1 is 14. This side equals 14, this side is balanced. Now we need to balance out this side. We know that x or circle equals 6. We need to figure out what these equal. 14 minus 6 is 8. What in these little rectangle, not this rectangle, sorry, in these little hexagons, what do these equal right here? So I know that 8 divided by 2 is what? 4. So we can conclude that y, or hexagon, equals 4. And so when I add 4 plus 4, I get 8 plus 6 equals 14. Both sides are balanced out, and I'm able to solve for these shapes, or the variable, okay? We're gonna go ahead and take this a step further though. When we're looking at this problem, we want to go ahead and figure out an equation for it. So one equation that I can write is, if I'm looking at just this side, I'm gonna do an addition. So these are gonna be the adding equations. So I can just do x plus y equals, because this side equals this side, x plus 1 plus 1. Okay, so this equation represents this hanger. Another one that I can write is x plus y equals x plus, and we can just go ahead and add 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 gives us 2. So x plus 2. Now I want to go ahead and try a multiplication. Okay, so multiply. I have 2 y's right here. So one that I can do for this is x plus 2 times y equals, I have 2 x's right here, so I can do 2 times x plus 2. These 3 equations so far all represent this hanger. Another one that I can do is x plus 2y, 2y represents 2 times y, equals 2x plus 2. Okay? These all equal the same thing.